Hey everyone, Nick back. Today's going to be another video in our 2-week video series. And today I'm going to be going over phishing emails and phishing scams. So everyone thinks that, oh, I can spot a phishing email, it's pretty easy. But in reality, anyone can fall for it. Back in the day, they used to be pretty simple. But these days, they've gotten a lot more complicated and a bit harder to detect. I'm going to be giving you a few tips that you should know when looking at an email that you think is suspicious. The first thing you should know is you should always know who the real sender is. You should make sure the name in the domain matches the name from the sender. You should watch out for misspellings in the domain name. So the domain name isn't the name that you first see if you're looking at, say, an Outlook email. The first name, whether it's, say, if you're receiving an email from me, it'll say Nick Couteau, and then in brackets, it'll say nick@tekiegeek.com. You can fake my name, but you can't fake the domain name. So say if you ever receive an email and it says Nick Couteau, you may think it's from me, but if in brackets it says Nick@TEKIE GEEK with a TIKI sort of spelling, then you know that's a phishing email and then you shouldn't trust it. If you're looking for something, say from Amazon, it'll say the Amazon domain name and not some sort of misspelling or using numbers as letters sort of thing. You should also check the salutation. If it's a very indirect salutation, especially from someone that you know, say if someone always greets you, Dear John, but in a different email they say Dear Customer or Dear Client, then you also know that something's up. You shouldn't trust those sort of impersonal greetings. Another thing, you should know that even if it does say your name in it, in the salutation, that doesn't always 100% guarantee that it's not a phishing email. It's very easy to get that sort of stuff from social media. So if a hacker is putting in a little extra effort, they can easily circumvent that. You should always use your mouse hover if you see links. You should hover over the link, never click on it. One thing you should notice is if all the links are taking you to the same location, then odds are it is a phish. If it's taking you to a location that isn't where it's saying it's going. So say if it's a Netflix email and it's not taking you to the Netflix website, then you know it's most likely a phishing email. The footer of any email should contain at minimum physical address as well as a not subscribe button. If either of these are missing, then it is probably a phish. But you should also know that sometimes people do use the unsubscribe button as another way to get you to fall for the phish. So you should always fall back to the earlier tip of always hovering over the links and make sure it's taking you where you want to go. The last thing, if you're ever in doubt about an email, you should always delete it. If it is something important, if it is legitimate, the sender will always follow up with another email, or you can always call the person, especially if it's someone you know. You can call them and say, hey, I got this email from you. It's kind of suspicious. Is it a real email? If it isn't real, then congratulations. You just alerted your friend that they've been phished and their email has been hacked. So they can go take care of that on their end. As far as tools you can run, there are a number of options. Personally here, we do run fake phishing emails. And what that means is if you want, we can send fake phishes to your clients. If they do fall for a phish, they'll get redirected to a video saying what they missed in the email and what they should have seen so they can avoid falling for phishing emails. We'll also give you reports after a certain amount of time outlining, hey, these employees kept falling for phishes. We should really implement some sort of cybersecurity training. Or, you should speak to them and say, hey, stop clicking on these suspicious emails. You can also have a tool like Mail Protector that we use. It sort of acts as the middleman between the sender and the receiver. It'll filter out a lot of spam emails so you don't fall for them. The best way not to fall for a phish is to not have it in your mailbox in the first place. So that's it for the video today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll see you again soon.